This is Webster from my type of garden. We're playing the dirt, we'll take away the hurt. Today we're pruning hydrangeas. And the ones we're pruning now are the hydrangea macrophylla, otherwise called the big leaf hydrangea. And the one I have here is Endless Summer, the blue Endless Summer. And as you know, most of the hydrangeas I have in the front here are the blue ones. So after I prune my hydrangea, I want to make sure that I fertilize them. So to keep the blue looking blue, I'm going to use Soil Acidifier. We have this one from Espoma. The thing with hydrangeas is that for the macrophylla, if the soil is acidic, then they become blue. And of course, if the soil is alkaline, then we'll have them being pink. Now with Endless Summer hydrangea, you want to keep your blue blues, if you love it that way, and your pink pink. But to do that, you want to make sure that you do it once the hydrangeas start growing for the season. Okay, so once we prune, then we'll fertilize. So once the hydrangeas start growing for spring, we want to make sure that we fertilize them. And to keep our blues blue, we'll use Soil Acidifier, and we get about 1 cup of it, and we'll just sprinkle that right around our hydrangea. About 1 cup for established hydrangeas, and we'll sprinkle it around. Remember, you can also change the color of your hydrangea from blue to pink, but that will not be in just 1 year. It will take about 3 growing seasons or 3 years for that to happen. And to do that, you want to make sure you start fertilizing the hydrangea once they start growing. So that's before they start blooming. Otherwise, it's going to just take a longer time. So all I want to do right now is to maintain my blue hydrangea blue. So I'll use the Soil Acidifier to maintain that. So I prune my hydrangea once they start growing, and I fertilize with Soil Acidifier. Okay guys, you can see I'm still pruning, and these are my Nico Blue hydrangea. These are other macrophylla hydrangea. So as I cut off the old flowers, I'll make sure again I want to maintain the nice dark blue in my Nico Blue. So I'll use my Soil Acidifier, and I use about 1 cup of it for an established plant. And I'll just go right around the edge of the plant with my Soil Acidifier. So we should keep the blue blue. And you always again want to start fertilizing your plant just as they start to grow in the spring. Just as they start to grow in the spring. We don't wait for them to start blooming before we're trying to change the color or to maintain that nice blue color. So right as they start to grow, that's when we'll start. Okay guys, here we have 3 of our red macrophylla, which is Endless Summer, Summer's Crush. So these are all red hydrangea. So we want to make sure that we maintain the redness. So for these, we're going to fertilize them with alkaline fertilizer. And we use the same one from Espoma, alkaline fertilizer. And we make sure that we fertilize these Summer Crush right after we prune them. So same thing, we'll get our alkaline fertilizer and we'll just go right around it. 1 cup right around our plant. And then we'll continue pruning and fertilizing. Pruning and fertilizing. Okay guys, the good thing to remember about macrophylla hydrangea is that they'll bloom on new growth and old growth. So it's not too late to prune them. Okay, and even if I prune them now and they start growing and then there's a late frost, we'll still have flower for this year, okay? Because they'll bloom on new growth and old growth, so we don't have to worry about that. Now with, of course, with like oak leaf hydrangea, then you have to worry about they flower on old growth, so we want to make sure that we prune them way in the fall and not now. But for our macrophyllus, we can prune them now. Okay, next we're going to prune is our limelight hydrangea. So stay with me as we go prune the limelight hydrangea. Okay guys, so now we're pruning our Paniculata hydrangea, like this PG hydrangea we have here, and then we're going to go on to our limelight hydrangea, our little lime hydrangea, our strawberry sundae, and our pinky winky hydrangea. So we'll just go ahead and prune all these hydrangea and then we'll fertilize them. When you're pruning your hydrangea, just like most plants, you want to make sure that you open it up, okay? So some of the limbs that we have on the inside, we're going to actually remove some of those to create an open airflow from the inside of the plant. So we're going to move some of the inside limbs, although they might look healthy and strong, but we're going to remove some of them, especially the real fine ones that are less than a pencil thick. Less than a pencil thick, we'll go ahead and remove some of those to open up our hydrangea. And we do that with most plants. We want to make sure that we have good airflow through the plants, so we don't want the center of the plant to be too thick, so that fungus and other disease will thrive in that area. So we'll open it up. Okay guys, when you prune your hydrangeas, the hydrangea that you cut back, which is about more than a pencil thick, you can propagate these. Okay, so you can just go ahead, stick these in pots, and you can have new hydrangea that will be growing. Okay, so hydrangeas are very easy to propagate. So when you prune a hydrangea, if you have thick ones like these, you can always just stick them in pots and leave them there for a couple of weeks, and then they'll start growing, and you can then plant them in the ground, new hydrangeas. Also, for your Panicle hydrangeas, you don't have to worry about the soil being acidic or alkaline, you know, because we're not changing them from blue to red or blue to pink. Okay, so you can just use a regular fertilizer, like an all-purpose fertilizer 10-10-10, or you can just use Hollytone. Hollytone, which is good for acidic loving plants. So your Panicle hydrangeas will do well just using those as fertilizer. But for this PG hydrangea, I'm just going to use all-purpose and just use a cupful, and I'll just sprinkle it around the hydrangea. You don't have to get too close to it, just sprinkle it around. And these are slow release, so over time the hydrangea should get all the nutrients that it needs. And that's how we fertilize our Panicle hydrangea. So guys, remember when we prune, we want to open up our hydrangea from the inside so that hair can flow through. Crossing branches, we want to remove those. The little fine branches, we can remove those too if it's in the way, and it won't create good airflow, and open up our plant to have good circulation. For fertilizing, like a Panicle hydrangea, we can use Hollytone, or we could just use an all-purpose fertilizer, a good 10-10-10. All right guys, I hope that this helped you in giving you ideas how to prune and fertilize your hydrangeas, be it macrophylla hydrangea or your Paniculata hydrangea. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Questions, comment, drop a line down below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss another video. From my garden to yours, this is Webster. We're playing the dirt, help me take away the hurt. And today we just prune our hydrangeas, both Macrophylla and Paniculata, and fertilize them, get them ready for this great season. Happy gardening, guys. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Bye for now.